That's right. That's right. Right back at it like I left something. Hostess with the mostest. Burning like toast is. It's your homeboy Cosmonian. Hey, today you dig what I'm talking about? You know, we've been getting into everybody else's history, so I thought we should get into some of our own. You dig what I'm talking about? This is Jehovah Chronicles number 110. This one is called Faithist History. And we're going to get back into one of the more misunderstood and well, the reason they're well known is because they were put in an infamous position. You dig what I'm talking about? Claims were being made that they were starving babies. Oh, they killed 12 babies, and you dig what I'm talking about? They got 13 babies and killed 12 of them. You know what I mean? You know, when you're doing a good thing, right? You're always gonna be slandered. You dig what I'm talking about? When you with the creator, you're gonna have those who are low vibratory, uh, haters, uh, devils, lovers of truth, people who tell you darkness is light and light is dark. You dig what I'm talking about? You're gonna always have people who are adversarial, right? Especially when you're doing something good, because now these people are being inspired by an entity, a deity, that many don't even know what they're doing, talking about or praising. You know what I mean? Today though, we gonna get into uh, some of this, right? We gonna let some more. I'm gonna go grab me something to drink real quick. I'm gonna come back. We gonna let the music rock out a little bit, and I'll be right back, y'all. All right. As always, you know what we come here to do. We come here to balance all balances and check all checks, because you know what happens next. You know what happened next when you see that butterfly vortex. Hey, right back at it, man. Um, this is Jehovah Chronicles number 110. faithist history, and we're going to get into some of the foundational faithists early in the Cosmon era. And one of those groups that has left many great understandings and brought back processes that had been lost to the earth. You dig what I'm talking about? They have a name. You dig what I'm talking about? That has over time been confused with various people groups, right? Because there is a supposed brotherhood of light from Egypt, and you know, and different so-called brotherhoods of light, right? And you know, even if you was just to go to do a simple Google search, right? Many times there is a claim made about the brotherhood of light, but it's a whole nother people called the universal brotherhood, right? And what they did, since you ain't got really nothing to talk about with Owaspy, you have nothing evil to say about it. Like, it doesn't promote any darkness or evil in and of itself. So they make it up because they know most people are too ignorant, lazy, and spiritually decrepit to actually go in the book or to even check what that person is saying. They're not scholarly, right? They're not about truth. They're about regurgitation of what they hear. So you will hear things like, oh, these people killed these people, and they was raping, killed the old Waspy cult, right? We know one of the I ain't even gonna throw the sis under the bus, man, but she's so retarded. You dig what I'm talking about? Had been aware of the book. I know I made her aware of the book over at least a year and a half ago. She still ain't picked it up yet. She still don't understand any. She still talk about JB and owned slaves or some retarded shit about people that had Owaspy with starving babies. None of that happened. It got proved a lie in court. Nobody ever got sentenced for anything. Plus, no babies died. The 12 that y'all talking about, none of them died. All 13 went on to adulthood. And as a matter of fact, they adopted 20 more. So sometimes, even before we even get into the history, right, we got to debunk some mess coming from somebody who knows, right? But we talking about the brotherhood of light. But many times, this is what they bring up, right? This is from the Details and Rumors doc, right? Clearing up all details and rumors about anything that you hear negative about faithism. We're going to find out that Owaspy don't got nothing to do with it. Wasn't no faithist there. We're going to see who really had something to do with it. See, this is that hate that's really projected by the false gods to the faithists. They've always done this. They've always slandered us. They've always tried to oppress us. They've always tried to kill us. So we shouldn't be shocked in 2024 that the descendants of these people, black and white, you dig what I'm talking about, are still putting the hate, the slander, you dig what I'm talking about? They still despise us for not praising the false god or praising any god, and praises and servicing and doing the work of the creator, right? But before we even get into the real stuff, we got to clear up all the dumb stuff, right? This is the rumor. If you go on Google right now, right, you gonna see this rumor. You tap in OWASP, it's gonna get to talking about some type of cult and the brotherhood. But remember, we talking about the brotherhood of light. Look what this is. This is the universal brotherhood. Now, mind you, let's go back and also bring this into mind that the brotherhood of light came into effect 1901, 1902. Look at when this is happening. 1960, 1980. Right? So the people we gonna be telling you about are mostly dead. But our faithist sister, shout out to Joan Greer and shout out to the UFK for detailing and compiling this history. And the sister is a first-hand witness. She's still living. I'm not going to give her age. I'm not crass like that. But the sister is an elder. She's an elder to the elders. Let's just put it like that, right? She was around when the faith. She actually lived with the brotherhood of light. She went there. She know them people. She heard of them people. She's old enough to remember what was going on then, right? Now this started 1901, 1902. When she come in the picture, it's the 30s. But these people have still been rocking and rolling, right? But when you come and you get to looking up faithists, you get to looking up brotherhood, you're eventually going to come to this mess. The universal brotherhood. Now, mind you, it's 60 years later, and look where it's at. Northwest Australia. Right? Here go the rumor. Let's clear up the rumor. They always mix the brotherhood of light with these guys. Here go the rumor. You may not have heard this, but before even there ain't nothing to hide. Right? So we put everything out there on the floor. So let's just get to debunking before we actually hear what really happened. Right? This is the rumor. The rumor is the OWASP Bible / hold on. Let me make sure everybody can hear me. If y'all can hear me, put a vortex in the chat real quick, man, if I can be heard. You dig what I'm talking about? Sub, like, share, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Support the channel. Hit that cash app, man. Show your boy Cosmon you got some love for him. You dig what I'm talking about? We're going to blow this up. We're going to blow this up. Right? We see the universal brotherhood. Now, remember who we talking about. Right? We talking about the brotherhood of light. Right? But this is who they always try to mix us up with. Look at this. Here go the rumor, y'all. Rumor is that an OWASP / Urantia book-based religious cult, right? This is what they always try to call us. A religious cult led by Fred and Mary Robertson out of Northwest Australia, right? The rumor is this OWASP Bible UFO doomsday cult. Listen, the OWASP Bible Urantia doomsday cult group, it's the rumor, was waiting for a UFO rescue. Right there off top, that lets you know whatever they doing, they ain't practicing what's in OWASP. We ain't waiting on nobody to come save us, rescue us, or no, we not waiting on no UFOs. As a matter of fact, OWASP teaches us the opposite, that we gonna die and go to heaven and learn how to make them. We ain't waiting on nobody, right? At which time, all people in the world who did not accept OWASP would be taken up on a prison UFO ships and taken to prison planets. Now, if you can show that in OWASP, I might say, yeah, you know what, man? They was just that's the mistranslation. That's a mistake in the she don't know what you reading, brother. OWASP don't say none of this shit. Won't y'all read the goddamn book? First, listen, y'all better go watch back and go watch the faithist declarations. What we believe in, we definitely don't believe that that we are a UFO doomsday cult. Nor does OWASP teach this. And nor are we waiting on a UFO, or as a matter of fact, OWASP tell you right in the beginning, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to crack the sky. Huh? Nobody's coming to rescue you. OWASP teaches the exact opposite. And then it say, they waiting on a rescue, right? Wrong. We save ourselves, sir. At which time, all people in the world who did not accept OWASP, fake, right? Nigga, you judge yourself. Atheists got a spot in heaven too. Huh? Oh, you ain't think OWASP talked about them? No, we got a place for them too. And it ain't in no hell or no prison planet that you're gonna be taken there by Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy gonna put you on the prison planet. Nobody said that. It's nowhere in OWASP. There is nothing about prison planets. Or that you even need to accept OWASP. It don't say that. As a matter of fact, it say, at certain times I gave certain people certain doctrines just for them. All of the ancient religions are nothing but stepping stones to the Creator. So what is he? This is totally against what OWASP actually says. But this is what you get when you Google and you get ignorant people who don't research, who aren't smart, right? They do a 5-second Google search and they think they got something, but then you run into a dude like me. Because the cult leader, Fred Robinson, this is the rumor, was originally thought to be a harmless old kook until in 2007, Freedom of Information Act revealed that Fred Robinson was involved in a Rosicrucian, this is Christian, pedophile pre-scandal at a nudist colony. So wait a minute, I thought he was with Urantia and OWASP, but he's actually a Rosicrucian, right? Who got caught up in a pedophile scandal at a nudist colony in Australia, where he was the ordained minister. According to the FOI, Freedom of Information Act report released in 2007, Fred Robinson was part of a Rosicrucian nudist colony in the early 50s. Now, which one is you going to tell me? Which lie you going to tell? Is they OWASP? Urantia? Is they Rosicrucian? Are they nudists? Are they a doomsday UFO cult? Because that's not in OWASP. Which one is it? I'm already confused. Fred Robinson, who was an ordained minister, was part of a Rosicrucian nudist colony in the early 1950s in Brisbane, Australia, when two men were sentenced to prison for what? Debauchery with two boys, 11 and 14. This is the rumor. Let's see. Let's see what's real. The nudist colony cult leader, Reverend William Henry Long, was sentenced to 5 years hard labor in Gaul Prison, Queensland, for debauchery with the 11-year-old and 14-year-old boy he had obtained from a local orphanage. The Freedom of Information Act report also revealed that Fred Robinson, right, from this universal brotherhood, right, not the Brotherhood of Light, right, was trying to procure children from orphanages. Australian Child Protective Services refused to give Fred Robinson any children. Let's see what really happened in the detail. The Universal Brotherhood of Australia was a new age Christian commune. Debunked. This ain't got nothing to do with OWASP. And there is no evidence that they had or were influenced by OWASP. The community is still in operation today, but they are reorganized under a new name. So let's get to the real faithist history, because that's what you're going to see. They're always trying to tie OWASP into some BS because they think what's in OWASP is in the Bible. It's not. No, it's not. First of all, OWASP is a primary source for the information it is. No other source is saying what OWASP is saying. All other sciences just agree with what OWASP. That's it. You can say I'm capping or whatever. Do the homework yourself. Huh? Are you willing to put that hard work, that elbow grease into proving it? If not, guess what? You can't do nothing about what I'm saying. And once you do read it, you're going to see I was absolutely telling the truth, and you ain't going to have nothing to talk about no way. But let's get into the Brotherhood of Light. This is our faithist history, right? The Brotherhood of Light, right? One of the faithist groups that came after Shalom, after JBN's death, right? And this is written by the big sis, John Greer. Shout out to John Greer in the UFK. You dig what I'm talking about? We're going to have to go over there, and I'm going to just sit for a week or two and just read everything they got. You dig what I'm talking about? Everything. Listen, they got a whole library. Y'all not understanding the type of information that the faithists have been keeping since 1901. Watch this. Check this out. Sign of the Creator, right? Name of Jehovih. This is the Brotherhood of Light Spirit question box. Old picture. This is from the UFK, the Universal Faithist of Cosmon, the UFK. These are big homies. These are big homies. They always say, man, do y'all got a place? And man, y'all, man, listen. Shout out to Enya Carter, man. Now, this is first-hand eyewitness testimony from a person who is still living today. Right? And I just say it like this. Being they're closer to 100 than they are 50. Let's just put it like that. Right? This is The Faithist Brotherhood of Light by Sister Joan Greer. The Faithist Brotherhood of Light was all but forgotten. Their written records had been in an old trunk that was part of the archives of the Essenes of Cosmon. Who? The Essenes of now. Shout out to the Essenes, right? In Montrose, Colorado. Understanding the importance of these records, Ray Schlitman, who they said, look, if you go online, I got it in the rumor doc. They say Ray Schlitman was killed in Four Winds, Georgia, and $10,000 got took. It's a lie. It's a lie. First of all, he didn't get found laid out like that, and nobody took nothing from him. Ray didn't even have no money like that. And the time that he said that he was living, or he was supposed to be killed, he was still living. Man, so it's so much stuff. You did what I'm talking about, and we can get into that too, because I got that in this doc too, with Ray Schlitman and the Essenes of Cosmon and the whole group down in right here. It's right here, right? There go the whole Ray Schlitman. Let's just look at Ray Schlitman. Here go the rumor. Rumor is Four Winds Village, Tiger, Georgia, in Tiger, Georgia, circa 1986. Listen, was the scene of a grisly murder of a waspy promoter, Ray Schlitman. Right? This guy, right? The guy, listen, he said their records had been in an old trunk that was part of the archives of the Essenes of Cosmon in Montrose, Colorado, right? Understanding the importance of these records, Ray Schlitman took the trunk with him when the Essenes closed their doors and he went to Four Winds, Georgia. So let's hear about that. Let's clear this up, because they make up lies about anything, right? Look, Four Winds Village, Tiger, Georgia, circa 1986. This is the rumor. The rumor is it was the scene of a grisly waspy murder from a murder of a waspy promoter, Ray Schlitman. According to the rumor, and to Virginia Howard, founder of Four Winds Village, Ray Schlitman had just moved to the property in 1986, and he had been there only one day. When he went missing, his body was found in the back of the wooded estate. This is the rumor, with his skull crushed in. And the same day, $10,000 in cash was stolen from Ray's room. So in 1986, Ray Schlitman went to Tiger, Georgia, got his skull crushed in the first day he was there, right? And $10,000 was stolen in his room. But let's find out the truth and the details on this. Ray Schlitman, right, who we just reading about, who's supposed to be, got his head skull cracked in 1986, right, in Tiger, Georgia, right? Ray Schlitman was born February 13th, 1898, and had lived in Owaspie community since the 1930s. He died of exposure in November 1981. He died in November 1981. But circa, Ray Schlitman had just moved to the property in 1986. He got found in 86, didn't he? When his body went missing, wasn't it? And his skull got crushed in, right? And 10,000 was stolen in 86. But Ray Schlitman died in 81 at the age of 83 years of age. Ray Schlitman had been residing in Tiger, Raven County, Georgia, since 76. He had already been there 5 years. See the lie? And was an active founding member of the Virginia Howard's Four Winds Children Village. Ray was found sitting peacefully under a tree. It is speculated that he fell while walking by himself and was unable to get up, or perhaps he chose to sit down under the tree for his own reasons. There is no evidence that he ever had $10,000. But if you Google, this is going to be some of the first stuff to come up. So, dealing with people, you got to clear it up. You got to do the homework on it. Find the truth on it, right? So that's the whole rumor behind Ray Schlitman. As you see, none of it is true, right? There, right, in Four Winds, Virginia Howard carefully put their minutes away, right? He put the stuff from Ray Schlitman, brought back from the Brotherhood of Light, that is now in Tiger, Georgia, at the Four Winds. The minutes, right? Like secretary style minutes in a meeting, right? They put them books away, right? And they only showed them on a rare occasion. She had shown them to Leslie Alexander many years ago. And one day when Leslie and I, this is first person information, right? This is not secondhand. This is primary, right? Eyewitness. And one day when Leslie and I were talking, she mentioned seeing the minutes book, talking about Virginia Howard. So Joan and Leslie are down at Virginia House, right? Now, this is interesting information. A faithist group after Shalom that no one remembered. The next time my husband and I traveled to Four Winds, I asked Virginia about these records. She smiled and then, without saying a word, went inside and left us sitting on the porch of the 2-story stone building she called home. My husband Ken and I sat there wondering if my question had not been received, or had been well received. But we decided to wait a while to see if Virginia would return. In a few minutes, she emerged from the house carrying a rectangular black ledger-like book and handed it to me without saying a word. Upon opening the book, we discovered it contained the records of the Brotherhood of Light, not the Universal Brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Light, written like secretary minutes. Most of the entries dated and signed by someone named Mary Elliott. I read a few entries and found names of adults and children. I asked Virginia if I could have a copy of these records, and she said yes. We copied them there that afternoon on Virginia's photocopier and took them with us. Virginia said there was another book, and she would have them copied and send me the pages if I wanted to read them. Now, there on the first page, right? This is what Joan is saying. There on the first page was a very familiar name, H.S. Tanner, M.D. You will find a short biography of him following this paper. We know Tanner left Shalom in 1888, 3 years before the second edition of Owaspy came out, and 3 years before JBN died, and also right after the Great Flood that damaged that land down there. Right? Think about this. They had a flood in the desert. That's where Shalom was. Shalom was in the desert. They hate Owaspy so much, the gods made a flood in the desert. Let that sink in. Boy, they was trying to destroy this book. Right? We know Tanner left Shalom in 1888. And so far, we do not know where he was until this entry in 1901, placing him in Denver, active with the faithists there. A number of lodges. Now, see, this new information right here, this is why we get up in this and break this down. Many of us don't know this. A lot of people don't know JBN went to Louisiana. You dig what I'm talking about? A lot of people don't know that. A number of lodges have been started by Newborough in major cities in the United States, but it seems unlikely Newborough was involved with the lodge in Denver, right? This is where the Brotherhood of Light is, right? Because the organizational meeting, the very founding meeting, right, occurred after Newborough passed on. However, we know from letters that several active faithists did travel extensively, and Tanner was one of them. It is possible that Tanner is responsible for this group's organizing, talking about the Brotherhood of Light. It was seen that with the Brotherhood of Light, the volunteers who had been at Shalom had found the group input and participation that had not been present with Howland, right? Andrew Howland at Shalom. It should also be noted. Wait a minute, let me go back and read that. It was seen that with the Brotherhood of Light, the volunteers who had been at Shalom had found the group input and participation that had not been present with Howland. This is after in them 13 years, I guess. You dig what I'm talking about? Or in between 1891 and 1901, right? Because after a lot of what happened to Shalom happened to as a matter of fact, Shalom was open many years, was open more years after JBN's death than it was during his life. Shalom existed more years after his death than he was actually even a part of the group. And when Sam Howland took over at Shalom after JBN, as you see, people was leaving because they didn't find the group input and participation they was looking for, but they end up finding it with the Brotherhood of Light, right? This is showing that something is going on, something going on, something going wrong with Sam Howland and Shalom. It should also be noted that the lodges established by Newborough were now supporting the Brotherhood of Light. As volunteers who began arriving within weeks of incorporation had been members of these lodges, right? The lodges were continuing to gather children who were now being sent to the Brotherhood of Light instead of Shalom. There were a number of children at Shalom many gathered from New Orleans. Told you. After Newborough passed on, Howland had undertaken a huge dairy operation. Why would you? You could tell, see, right here, you could tell Howland, his inspiration ain't right. You could tell it right here. He tried to turn this into a money-making thing, and then you take on cows and cows' milk. Yuck. Right? OSP wean you from that. It don't tell you to partake in that. I don't even drink milk. You dig what I'm talking about? I get it, but you can kind of tell his whole modus operandi ain't on the up and up, because he opened up a huge dairy operation. What is you doing? All right. That the money man genetics kick back in. JBN had it running smooth. He had it set up through the trust. You couldn't do this, couldn't do that, but he trusted his boy. And while he was there, yeah, it was cool. Howland fell in line. Everything was all good. Nobody was wanting for nothing. Right? They was living like the faithist. So, it worked out. But when he died, not only did he mismanage Shalom, he married the man's wife. So that kind of lets you know you did what I'm talking about. First of all, if you worried about what anybody got to say, just because you a man and a woman and y'all raising kids there, but listen, I would never touch my boy wife. Boy, I'm like a pit bull at the door. You dig what I'm talking about? Nothing moving when Cosmo in there. Nigga, I'm not, listen, that first of all, that's terrible. But I could never wrap my mind around being engaged sexually with my boy girl or anyone he ever messed with. You off limits. You in a yuck pot for me. I don't got that in me. You got to be born with that. That's called loyalty. You dig what I'm talking about? Man, I didn't listen. Never. Would never happen. So the whole fact that he married this man's wife let me know, nigga, you had designs. Oh, you worried about what people talking about. What? Because after Newborough passed on, Howland had undertaken a huge dairy operation. Howland had been funding Shalom from his inheritance through the Howland Family Trust. When Hetty Howland Green, administrator of the Howland Family Funds, told Andrew Howland either he give up on Shalom or lose his share of the family income, Howland decided to sell Shalom. You see now? With the sale of Shalom, all but 3 of the children at Shalom were placed in orphanages in Texas and Colorado, and 1 African-American boy, dodged the hijack, was taken by the group supporting the work of George Washington Carver, who is remembered for his work to find ways to use peanuts as an inexpensive food for the poor. The 3 children of Howlands added to their family were girls who were special friends of Justine. These three girls traveled with the Howlands to Long Beach, California, probably attended the gathering of the Faithists at Cuddle Doom, right? See, there's another Faithist group, Cuddle Doom, children's home in La Crescenta, California, and returned with them to Shalom, and then moved with the family to El Paso, Texas, when Shalom was again sold. A child of one of the girls still lives in El Paso and has been in contact with Leslie Alexander, who I've also been in contact with too. She does great work on JBN and the Faithist history. I got a lot of stuff from her. Shout out to Leslie Alexander. I don't know her, but I met her on the phone, and she's definitely a Faithist, and she with it. And Leslie Alexander, who has the Shalom Colony Museum. That's right. That's right. Leslie Alexander has a museum, a Shalom Colony Museum in Las Cruces. That is right. From the old letters, let's see what it say. From the old letters we have, it seems that when Faithists left Shalom, many of them went to cities where there were Faithist lodges. So it's a little more deep than what they telling us. You dig what I'm talking about? Like this thing wasn't small, but they kept it under wraps. Right? They kind of kept this under wraps. Faithists left Shalom. Many of them went to cities where there were Faithist lodges. The entry concerning Tanner on the first page tells us that he, along with George Rose and L.W. Van Dyke, are the founding members of the Faithist Brotherhood of Light. Interesting. Right? And the membership list confirms that many of the members had been at Shalom or Levitica. Now, this is even news to me, right? Right? Now, I had seen the book, read the book on Levitica, understood what Levitica was. I thought Levitica was a thing of the future. But just like Shalom being a precursor to Jehovah's kingdom on earth, right? But they told JBN don't set it up. The angels told JBN don't do it. He did it anyway. But in the book of Levitica, because there's a whole book, you dig what I'm talking about, and like chapters and stuff with it. It's a just like the word Levitican, right? Which means hanger on, a wannabe, right? There are going to be people who are faithists who eat meat. Odd. It's an odd thing once you in it, but there are going to be faithists who love the Creator but can't always get right. But that don't mean that they bad people. They just like the Leviticans of old, and we kind of like the Israelites of old. The Leviticans want to be like the Israelites. They want to have the rites and the ceremonies and be able to enter the Holy of Holies, because we can do this by birth. Right? Jaja say, test them niggas. You want to marry my daughters, my sons? Test them niggas. Right? So I thought Levitica was a thing that was to come, that would come along with, the new type of Shalom. Because see, Shalom is not really just a place. Shalom is in your heart. Shalom is peace. And when you can find that in communally, you have built Jehovah's kingdom on earth, aka shalom. But I thought Leviticus was a thing to come, but to find out, look at this. Shalom. Cosmo learning something too, because I'm reading this with y'all. I didn't read this before, man. And just like I'm reading it now, y'all seeing it for the first time with me. You dig what I'm talking about? So I'm learning this right now, that Leviticus is not a thing of the future. They already built it, just like they built Shalom. Wow. It makes sense that Leviticus fell before Shalom. It was built after New Borough passed on, and they already leaving to go to the Brotherhood of Light. Makes sense. Wow, that's dope. The member list confirmed that many of the members had been at Shalom or at Leviticus, a faithist village built after New Borough passed on. The last formal entry in the minutes book is in San Diego County, California, in December of 1934. So they rocked 33 years. Dang. A lot of people won't see why that's significant, but dang. It mentions Wing Anderson. All the faithists know the big homie Wing Anderson. Shout out to the big bro, man. They said he was something else. You dig what I'm talking about? But by 1934, Wing had already bought the information that Justine Newborough had. You dig what I'm talking about? Or Joan Newborough had. And after she put together her OWASP in 1919, right? He comes back. You did what I'm talking about. Puts one together, I think in 29 or 30, like a little short pamphlet. But then he starts printing OWASP like 1935, 36. Right? But Wing, hey man, listen, a lot of this stuff we wouldn't even have if it wasn't for Wing. So shout out to the big homie, man. Keep rising in power, man. Love and light to you, and man, may the Creator keep blessing you on your eternal path, man, onwards and upwards. Big homie Wing Anderson, right? Wing Anderson and a faithist organization he is involved with, right? These is the Cosmon guys, the Essenes of Cosmon. Verifying the oral tradition that a group of faithists were meeting regularly in the Los Angeles area in the 1930s. The minutes go on to tell us that after the group is officially organized, their communal home is founded in March 1901 in Denver and dedicated 6 weeks later. Things are moving rapidly, and just 2 months later, on May 9th, Frank and Mary Elliott arrived by train from the San Francisco area with 5 infants gathered by the lodge in that area. This is the same Frank Elliott mentioned as being a visitor at Shalom in 1888. With the arrival of the Elliots and the 5 young children, the communal home they had dedicated was too small. And so the group moved to a larger piece of property, having a larger house. It is noted in the minutes that Brother and Sister Elliott took the Holy Covenant, the Shabbat, on May 24th, right? They got there the 9th. They took it 2 weeks later, okay? And the children were dedicated 2 days later on the 26th. George Patterson arrived the middle of August with his young daughter, George taking the Holy Covenant, right, of membership a month later. And Harriet was dedicated 2 days after that. Faithists continued to arrive every few weeks, all taking the covenant of membership and their children being dedicated. Tanner withdrew as the membership grew and returned a few months later with 2 new members. By this time, it had become necessary for the community to move again to provide for more space. So they taking in babies. Have we heard anything evil yet? Anybody heard anything evil yet? Sacrifice babies, they're killing babies? No, what we finding is that they actually going into the orphanages, right? To the babies with no mothers, no fathers. They call them foundlings because people just leave them out on church steps and in the firehouse and at schools. And, you know what I mean? So there was, and then in 1901, the same, 1906, there was a editor, right, of a paper in San Francisco, in New York, right, that says every day in New York, 500 children die from neglect that they know of, right in the orphanages, strictly from neglect, not getting a hug. 500 a day in 1906. That's crazy. The minutes go on to tell us, right? Where it say, where it go, boy? Faithists continued to write every few weeks. Tanner withdrew his membership, and they had to provide for more space. Okay, 6 weeks later, around the 1st of June, Sister Wheeler left for Los Angeles to receive 6 more infants gathered by, and trust me, they sick, depraved, starved, mistreated, malnutrition. These babies are in the worst conditions you could possibly think of when they get in them. Mind you, this is 1930s. We had the what is it called? Not only the Great Depression, we had the great dying off of the West, the Dust Bowls and all that in the West that was killing off the food. You dig what I'm talking about? Dumping sand all through middle and Western America, killing off the food crop all during the 30s, right? And during the time of Depression. So you can imagine the orphanages was overflowing with babies. And see, this is what our Creator teach us. You dig what I'm talking about? That truly the babies is the future. Raise them up, turn them into gods. You dig what I'm talking about? What could be more glorious than that? That's what our Creator teach us. I don't know what y'all talking about, this UFO death code. I don't know. I don't know you talking about no JVN owned slaves. He was a Mason, all this goofy stuff. But y'all too scared. You're too cowardly. You're too spiritually low to actually read a book. That proves everything I need to know about people. You won't even read a chapter a week. 6 weeks later, around the 1st of June, Sister Wheeler left for Los Angeles to receive 6 infants gathered by the Los Angeles Lodge. In less than a week, Sister Wesley and her son arrived, having taken the Star and Dawn degrees in their lodge in Detroit. Wow, I didn't know this. Shout out to the D, man. Shout out to the Motor City, man. I told you that light up here. Right? Sister Wesley and her son arrived, having taken the Star and Dawn degrees. Shout out to the faith. Shout out to the gang. Right? We know what this is. It is obvious from their records the Brotherhood of Light used the same degrees, rites, and ceremonies used at Shalom. Facts. Brother Carroll gave his 40-acre farm in Kirkland, a rural area now part of Denver, to the group. It had a much larger house with more bedrooms and large open downstairs rooms for the meetings. The minutes tell of the extensive planting of berries and fruit and nut trees, as well as flowering plants and shade trees. The minutes at this time have entries about their spiritual work. They met weekly to worship and ask questions of the Spirit. They used 4 altars, one in each of the cardinal directions, with east the location of the trance medium. Apparently, many of the groups were individuals that the angels could speak through. Listen to that. Peace to the gang, man. We know what it is to tap in, right? And once you done had that experience, man, can't nobody tell you nothing. It changes you. And you can tell people who haven't had what a WASP calls the elimination of the spirit from the body. You dig what I'm talking about, where you've either left your body or something came to you. When you have them experiences, bro, there's no denying that. Even though they're hard to believe yourself, they change you. Just is. If you don't know, you just don't know. You dig what I'm talking about? But that don't mean it's not true. Because those of us who've had these experiences, listen, and we know this ain't nothing scary. This ain't nothing demonic. If you not having spirit interaction every day, that don't prove that there ain't no spirits and angels. That just proves you too dark to see them. You're too low vibratory to actually perceive the higher light. Because they're there. They're right next to you. You have a guardian who works on a shift. Did you know that? On a 6-hour shift. It's 4 of them. They work 6-hour shifts. Every person on the planet. Some of us even have more than 4. There's a part in Owaspy where they said angels protected George Washington. Said he had like 20 horses shot from up under him. He would come back and he had massives of holes riddled through his jacket. Not a scratch on him. Said that man had more than 2,000, I think it was, 2,000 personal protector Ashar angels. You couldn't have shot this nigga. Couldn't have did shit. You did what I'm talking about? And a big thing, a lot of the people who study war, right? One of the greatest questions, and why they call Lincoln Cole, was how he handled his troops. He had an uncanny knack of knowing something would happen before it happened. You only find that out why in Owaspy. You dig what I'm talking about? And man, listen, it's crazy. But let's get back to this. You dig what I'm talking about? They use 4 altars, one in each of the cardinal directions, with the east, the location of the transmedium. Apparently, many of the group were individuals that the angels could speak through. For the entries indicate that different people acted as east, and thus were the transmedium at that worship service. Sometimes the secretary wrote a summary of what the trance speaker said. Questions an individual or the group asked were placed in an ark on the altar. And then in trance, the answers were given. After a few years, the group was told that from that time forth, they were not to ask questions of the spirit. Huh? That sound like Owaspy. That's Owaspy. This how, shout out to my OG John. This is how we know. We know, okay, they would have came and entertained it for a minute. They would have told you, hey, cuz. Hey, first of all, stop calling us down here. You think what I'm talking about? That's Owaspy. Figure it out on your own. My word as a spirit is just as good as yours. Because guess what? Mine got to be proved by axioms, facts, figures, numbers. Just like yours do. You bet not believe me. That's what an angel of Jehovah would have told you. You bet not believe me. Nigga, stop calling on me. What you want? Don't you know I'm up here in the high? Me and Moses late for class. Yeah. Y'all ain't know Moses went to class, did you? Oh, no, they ain't ready for that stuff. They ain't ready for Moses. They went and arrested Moses in class. Yeah, no, they didn't arrest Moses, man, but they came and got him out of class. You know how they used to be in elementary school. You dig what I'm talking about? And they come over the loudspeaker. Cosman, Cal, please come to the office, please. And everybody be like, ooh. That's basically what happened to Moses, man, in the higher heavens, because he did something that he had to clean up for. He shed some blood of a goat. He put that old Egyptian hoodoo on them niggas, and Jaja ain't never told no nigga to do no shit like that. You did that on your own, bro. And guess what? Since you messed it up, we don't care if it's now you clean it up or 1,000 years from now, but you gonna clean it up. And as soon as they came into class, it hit Moses like a ton of bricks. Like he knew exactly what it was. Dang, I did curse Pharaoh, didn't I? And bonded it with blood when I cut them goats. Dang. All right. Now I'm gonna go raise him up. This is how I know what she's saying is true. She said, after a few years, the group was told that from that time forth, they were not to ask questions. This is 1901, 1902, 1903. They were not to ask questions of the spirit, that they should seek the answers for themselves, for it was time for them to learn to make their own decisions. This is Owaspy. This is how I know John telling the truth. This is what's taught. So we know that the angels of the creator are coming back with a oneness, a harmony. I don't care if the angels is in California. I don't care if they in the Midwest. I don't care if they up north. I don't care if they down south. If they up the creator, they going to say the same thing. Maccabee don't teach different than Cosman Cal. Cosman Cal don't teach different than Daryl Cosman. Daryl Cosman don't teach different than Selah Shalom. Selah Shalom don't teach different than Cosman Cal. Vice versa. because the teachers and lords and gods of the Creator are in a oneness. Huh? This is the law of one. It's only one Creator. Huh? Shout out to the Essenes. Shout out to the Nazarenes. Shout out to the Israelites. Shout out to the Ebionites. Shout out to the true faithists. Shout out to the sons of hunger. Shout out for everybody tapping in Russia, in India, in China, in South America, in Mexico. I see you. This is how I know they shadow banning me. Because they don't even get this stuff. The views come after. And they be all from Russia. All from India. All from the UK. Shout out to the UK. Yo, we got a lot of faithists in the UK. Y'all tap in, man. Y'all tap in. You dig what I'm talking about? Don't be like that. Y'all tap in. Y'all come on. Kick it with your cousin them. Your cousin them is the remnant of the Algonquin that's in your Bible. Come on, talk to your big homie. I'm big homie. It don't matter. We're going to come to you either way. Shout to the Creator gang. You can't stop us. Huh? Many of the entries told of the children and the adults, their work, their comings and goings, and gives an idea of their spiritual activities. A sudden, unseasonable snowstorm caught the group out in the fields. They hurried to the house, but 6 of the very young children passed on due to exposure. The group decided to move south, and property was almost immediately purchased in Arboles, Colorado, near Durango. They moved as quickly as they could due to exposure. So that means they got in the house. So that must mean they must have got sick. Near Durango, they moved as quickly as they could. Brother Carroll married one of the faithist sisters, and when the group moved to Arboles, the Carrolls remained in the home Brother Carroll had given for faithist work. This home became an active center in the Denver area, but unfortunately, they kept no records of the activities there. The Carrolls visited the home in Arboles, and the Denver group housed and supported the 2 sisters who came from Arboles several times to gather infants for the children's home. They still grabbing bags. It is noticed in the minutes that Franklin P. White and his wife gave the sisters their apartment to use while in Denver on their embassy. Embassy being the name they called the trips to Denver to gather infants. You may recall White was at Levitica and was married there. White probably was the person who typed the Faithist Brotherhood of Light papers and the Bates papers, which are letters from Newborough to the Bates family in Owaspee. In Boston. We're gonna check out them Bates letters too. Unfortunately, the infants they gathered were conceived in poverty, and many of them died in the first few months of their lives. The Brotherhood faced legal charges about the number of children who died, but they were cleared of any neglect. Shortly after these charges were dismissed, it was suddenly announced in their minutes that the group was moving to California by wagons. I have assumed that the Faithist Brotherhood of Light joined the group at La Crescenta called the Cuddle Dunes, right? In truth, I know this story for a fact. The Brotherhood of Light did go join the Cuddle Doom group. Right? This is from later on history. I know this part. Right? Because Mary Elliott had gone to the Los Angeles area and was told to submit herself to the chief of that group. Shortly after this, we find that the faithist brotherhood packing up and moving to California. The La Crescenta group was started by and composed mostly of people who had been at Shalom. After Howland evicted all of the volunteers at Shalom, Howland was terrible, including Nellie Jones and James Watson. How much you want to bet they black? Are we looking at the first two black faithists for real, for real? After Howland evicted all the volunteers at Shalom, including Nellie Jones, who I believe is a female, and James Watson, who I believe is a black male. Nellie Jones, I've seen the name. I believe that is a woman, right? But I'm not sure. And James Watson, they married. Okay, all right. Well, okay. They married and had a son. So obviously Nellie Jones is a woman. But I'm wondering, are these the first two melanated faithists that on paper? They married and had a son named James. Because of Jim Denning's research, right, I was able to contact James and his son, Ian. We corresponded briefly. The family asked for information on Nellie, which we gladly sent. For Nellie was well loved for her family, for her tender, caring disposition and devotion to the work with children. Listen, the faithist women are the best in the world. Shout out to all our sisters, man. Y'all the goddesses. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all the true goddesses. You give birth to us, God. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout to you, man. And listen, a faithist was something about her. She pretty on the inside and the outside. If you understand what I'm saying. She's I ain't saying she no punk, but boy, she got an extra little dose of love for you. That don't mean she's soft. You dig what I'm talking about? She could be sassy. You dig what I'm talking about? But boy, she the best. You know what I mean? That they got that extra mama love for you. That's our win. You dig what I'm talking about? True teachers and lovers and cookers and leaders too. You dig what I'm talking about? We got one leader, it's the creator, but you dig what I'm talking about? When it's time to take the reins of some things, especially around that house, move out the way, boy. We got somebody who know how to do it better than you. And guess what we do? Move out the way. You dig what I'm talking about? We correspond briefly with the family. The family asked for information on Nellie, which why wouldn't they have? Listen, I'm telling you, these melanated folks. For Nellie was well loved for her tender care. I'm gonna call Joan and ask too. For Nellie was well loved for her tender, caring disposition and devotion to the work with her children. More information on Nellie and the other Cuddle Doom may be found in the Rio Grande Historical Society. That's where I got it from. That's where some of the stuff I got from. Posted there by Ian. Oh, I got this book. I got this whole thing. Yeah, okay. Ian Watts. Okay. All right. It makes sense. That makes sense. It is a dude named Ian who wrote a big thing on the faithist and shalom. He wrote his whole he wrote his thesis. He wrote his thesis in college on shalom and faithism. We learned from Ian Watson that his father never joined the group at Cuddle Doom. That his mother, Nellie, had divorced James and married George Sullivan. Wait a minute, George Sullivan. That name sounds familiar. The Sullivans had drawn together a number of people as workers at Cuddle Doom who had been at Shalom or Levitica. The Sullivans adopted at least 12 children and raised them all. But none of them continued on with helping children. They went out. But we understand, Owaspi explained that too, right? Don't look at like something was wrong with because you're going to see that the babies come back. They went out because they wanted to see the world. Okay. Here you go. Go see what this thing is like. Because you've been raised a whole different way. Right? But you got to go get that hands-on experience. You got to go scuff your knees, scrape your, fall down, bump your, knock your tooth out. You dig what I'm talking about? Got to cut your finger. You got to make sure that fire hot. You got to. Right? Objective knowledge is like, you know, a gymnasium to the soul. This is how you learn objectively. You got to go through some stuff. The Sullivans adopted at least 12 children, raised them all, but none of them continued on with helping children. Ian took his parents to the Rio Grande Historical Society at New Mexico State. Shout out New Mexico State University. They got a lot of stuff down there, and they was in contact with the Sister Pam, and shout out Sister Pam too, man. Y'all go over there in the mornings. What is her show called? Y'all put the Sister Pam show in the chat real quick. What's the name? Awaken the Truth. Is right. It's Awaken the Truth Ministries, right? And shout out to everybody who came through, man, showing love, man. Shout out to the gang. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody. But dig this, right? Ian took his parents to the Rio Grande Historical Society at New Mexico State, where they deposited some precious documents. This is where we got some of them documents from young Ian, including wonderful photographs of people living in tents, which I have assumed were probably the Brotherhood of Light. There was okay, so the cold snap, okay, I get it now. All right, some of them was intense. I get it. There is one wonderful photograph showing Anna in Colorado, showing a very large group of people. Among them, Andrew and Francis Howland. The Howlands were living in Long Beach at the time, right? Which was a few hours by train from La Crescenta. Shortly after the picture was taken, the Howland family returned to Shalom. What? Because the sale of the property had failed. Wow. That's kind of what you get. You know you weren't supposed to sell it in the first place, buster. You know what it is, you mark. Yeah. See how Jaja work? Remember, this the same thing. You dig what I'm talking about? People who so hyped up thinking they doing the right stuff. You dig what I'm talking about? If you look around them, the stuff around them ain't working. Think of where we would be if Garvey was able to set up his whole idea of shipping Negroes to Africa. That got shot down because it wasn't right. Not that he wasn't totally convinced about what he was saying. The nigga was just wrong. Now, looking in hindsight, being 2020, ain't we glad that that shit didn't work? And you ain't over there in Africa, in the Congo somewhere with Boko Haram? Man, no running water, and man, come on. But look, right? The sale of the property had failed. The Shalom property was eventually sold at a great loss to Howland. The Howland family now moved to El Paso, where Justine and the other girls were married a few years later. Justine remained in El Paso until Wing Anderson bought the unbound copies and the printer's plates. This is something else, right? The printer's plates. This is for Owaspy, right? This is the printer plate for the 1891 edition, right? This is basically like the 2 tablets of stone written by the hands of God. But we got this also for the 1882 version. We told you this is a primary source for the information it contains in it. Can't say that about Bible. Can't say that about the Buddhist text, the Brahminist text, the Egyptian text, the Sumerian text, the European text. You can't say that about nobody else's text. Because none of them have stories that are primary to just them. You have older versions of them stories. Nobody got nothing on what Owaspy talking about. Nothing. The only true people that even write this history down correctly, that we get the correct story, is the Algonquins. We get it word for word. It's damn near copied out of Owaspy. The Algonquin oral history, right, which didn't get told to 1904 and 1912 written down. Owaspy already had it in 1881. Let that sink in a second. Before the Algonquin stories of the flood was ever told to any paleface or could be wrote down, Owaspy had already had them. 25, 26, 27, 30 years before. And the Algonquin story is word for word. What's in Owaspy? And Owaspy came first. So who lying? Or is they both telling the truth? They both telling the same story. Uh-oh. This is why they say our book is a power. Right? But look at this. Justine remained in El Paso until Wing Anderson bought the unbound copies and the printer plates for the 1891 edition of Owaspy. That's the one I got. And if you get the 7th era faithist version, that's pretty much the one you'll get. Right? But it won't it won't have the book of discipline in it. So this is why the I like the 1891 edition, but it's a little, get the 7th era faithist edition too, because it actually has the book of discipline in it. Now, in later works, Wing Anderson, right? Wing, in later works, right? He put in 1954, he put the book of discipline in the extant Owaspies. He's the first one to do it. Shout out Wing Anderson. Right? Because I believe that had been floating around, Book of Discipline, right? Had been floating around since 1881. And he just didn't put it in there because he thought it'd be too much. But without the Book of Discipline, man, listen, I understand why he didn't want to put it in there, man. Chapter 1 is a doozy. Let's just be real. You don't have a book where God speaks for himself and tells you who, what, when, where, why. You don't got no book like that. Ain't no books like that. It's the only one in the whole world. And this is why it's a primary source. But why speak cold? Look, Anderson brought the unbound printer plates for the 1891 copy. Right? At that time, Justine took her family to Los Angeles, where her older son worked for Wing at Anderson Publishing Owaspy, and a number of Anderson's books on prophecy. Shout out, I got what's this book? Hold on, let me grab this book real quick. Let me show y'all this. This one you got to grab. If you can find this, grab it. Hold on. This is called The Prophetic Years from 1947 to 1953 by Wing Anderson. Prophetic Years, 1947 and 1953. What if I told you? What if I told you no biblical prophecy extends beyond 1954? No biblical, your Revelations, your Timotheus, what's the one, the oh wow, Revelations ain't the last book. The book of the Hermes and all that, or yeah. None of that prophecy, your whole end of the world, rapture time, everything started and happened in between 1947 and 1953. You need to get this book, Prophetic Years by Wing Anderson. There's no biblical prophecy whatsoever. It stems past 1954. Let that sink in a second. Hold on. Hold on. All right. As I roll my split-a-ting. Man, if you getting the Shepherd of Hermes, that's what I'm talking about. Shepherd of Hermes. Yeah, Daniel ain't the last book. Daniel in the middle of the Tanakh. You dig what I'm talking about? And it's actually Zoroaster. Uh-oh. Did y'all know Daniel was Zoroaster? Uh-oh. Daniel of the Bible is Zoroaster. I know that might be a little too much. That might be a little too much right now. Come on, Cosmon, get back, give them something they can understand with this faithist history. That might be a little too much. You dig what I'm talking about? Because I I'll go pull it. Don't make me pull it. I make Zarathustra speak for itself. I make Zoroaster speak itself. Don't make me pull it. At the time, Justine took her family, what did it say? Her older son worked for Wing Anderson, publishing Owaspy and a number of Anderson's books on prophecy. We do not know the source of the money Anderson used to make this purchase from Justine. We do know that at this same time, the Faithist Brotherhood of Light property in San Diego County was purchased by the city of San Diego as a watershed for a reservoir being built nearby. Because Wings Anderson group in Los Angeles is mentioned as the last entry in the minutes book, it is easy to assume that the proceeds from the sale of the land was donated to Wing Anderson's group, which became the Essenes of Cosmo. Yep. Hold on, let me Ema say put that in the chat. Hold on. Put that. Ema say share that. Don't share that, Cosmo. Hold on, let me drop it in the chat for Ema. I'm gonna drop that in the chat. Watch this. You not even unless you put Daniel together with Revelations, you can't even understand the Bible. Y'all don't understand that the fulfilling of a thing was happening between Zoroaster and Apollonius of Tyana. Oh Lord. Oh, ho, ho. Hold on, we ain't gonna go there yet. We gonna get this information out the way first. Right? After the move to California, let me see if I can blow it up just a little bit more. Right? Let me see. After the move to California, there are no further entries until we find them buying property in San Diego County, where they were known as the Cosmons Children's Home. Yeah, got a nice little ring to it, huh? Yeah. I got a nice little ring to it, don't it? Cosmons Children's Home. Mary Elliott is again making the few entries. She has adopted a boy who only lives a short time. From records in the Alpine Historical Society, we learned that the group was well liked in the area and continued to take in children. The Alpine Historical Society has photographs and some history of the Cosmon home. We are researching the faithist family of Victor Head, who lived there. Photographs in the Head family photo album indicate that Mr. Head had been a member of the spiritual community at Point Loma, California, before her marriage. Mrs. Head, excuse me. Before her marriage. After their marriage, the Heads, that's their last name, came to live at the Cosmon home. They had 4 children. The youngest named Victor. It is Victor's photo album that has all the photographs of the Cosmon home. An elderly woman whose family owned the property adjoining to the Cosmon home told us she had known Mary Elliott and had played with the children who lived at the Cosmon home when they were all growing up. She said, let's see what she said. She said the Head family lived together in one of the large houses on the property. Victor married, and the local old timers say that his daughter, Edith, became an Oscar-winning costume designer in Hollywood. although Edith's Hollywood biography is quite different. We were told that Edith kept in touch with the faithist Brotherhood of Light and some of the local people. Mary and one man were allowed to stay on the property until they passed on. At that time, the city demolished the buildings. Some wonderful photographs of the property when it was in operation may be seen on the website of the Alpine Historical Society. Let me check this out. I didn't even know this. See, I'm looking at this as y'all looking at it. What do you say? The Alpine what? Historical Society. Right? And they the head family. Right? Alpine Historical Society. Let me look that up. Mm. Alpine Historical Society. Let me see this one. Let's hit this one right here, y'all. Let's look and see what they talking about. Home, explore, count, towns, categories, membership, explore, lost history. Um, okay. Old style homes. Yeah, they got that old style. Let me see. Uh, let me see. Oh no, I'm good. Uh-huh. All right, well, some of that old stuff there. You know what I'm talking about? All right, but let's get back to it. On the Alpine Historical Society, we hope to obtain copies of these photographs for our archives. We also learned that Victor wrote articles about the Cosmon home, which are in the archives there. We hope to obtain copies of these articles for our archives also. One of the really interesting things about the Brotherhood of Light is that at the same time, at the same time, the Colorado Brotherhood of Light was forming in Denver. Another group in Texas named the Brotherhood of Light was incorporated. When the Colorado Brotherhood moved to Los Angeles, the Texas Brotherhood also moved to Los Angeles. This was discovered quite by accident when brochures of the Texas group after it had moved to California were found in the books and papers given by faithists to the Universal Faithists of Cosmon for our archives. The Texas California group has reincarnation as one of its basic tenets, showing that they can't be faithists. It's just not what we do. Now, if y'all make that lie, go and tell the people we believe in reincarnation. That's what you do. Tell them that's what we do. Why don't y'all never tell that lie? First of all, you have to read the book to even know it was in there to make the lie. What up, though? What up, though? The opening knowledge, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Yeah. What time you want to do it, man? You got to give me a time. Let me know. We can get to it. We can get it cracking. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's see what it say. Right? They teaching reincarnation. Right? Let me show you what Owansky saying about reincarnation. Right? Before they try to lie and say we teach that too. Oh, man, this shit acting stupid. Let me go to let me get up out of here real quick. But I'm all waspy. Other waspy acting stupid. And let me get to this. Let me show y'all this. I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. Book of Jehovah 6 and 21. Right? Let's start at 20. Book of Jehovah 6 and 20. All right, let's blow it up. The fruit of your seed I have quickened with my spirit. This is the Creator speaking. And man shall come forth with a birthright to my Etherian worlds. As I have quickened the seed of the firstborn, so will I quicken all seed to the end of the earth. And each and every man, child, and woman, child born into life, I will quicken with a new spirit, a new one, not an old, reused, rehashed up one. I will quicken each woman, child, and man, child with a new spirit, which shall proceed out of me at the time of conception. Right? So you become a living entity at the time of conception. Neither will I give to any spirit of the higher or lower heaven power to enter a womb or a fetus of a womb and be born again. Right? Right? This is first, no, this is Book of Osir, 24 and 14. Do not think that darkness belongs only to the earth and to the lowest heavens. There are those who rise to the second resurrection, that second level in the heaven called atmosphere. When you get out of the Hayden or the hellish or the Hoden region, right, and go to the second resurrection, right? There are those who rise to the second resurrection and then fall into unbelief. Here's your whole ideal Nephilim. But that ain't what a Nephilim is. Nephilim ain't got nothing to do with angels. They're actually men. We're getting to that another time. And then, or if you want to learn about what a Nephilim is, go back and look at my Nimrod series or any of my giants. You know, I love the giants. Go learn what a Nephilim is. Sub, like, share, man. And then fall into the first resurrection. And after that, fall some more and become wandering spirits. And some of them even fall into hell. What is hell? Which is belief in evil and destruction being good. That darkness is light and light is dark. And to revel in doing evil. So hell is a state of being, which is belief in evil and destruction being good, and yet others become drujas, engrossed in the affairs of mortals, right? A druja is a low demonic spirit, right? What we would label a demon, right? These demonic entities become engrossed in the affairs of mortals and and in lust, teaching reincarnation, and they finally become fetals, vampires, right? This is where your whole idea of succubus comes from. Vampires, vampiric spirits. Also, you can understand this as like a leech, because they're so low they can't sustain themselves, so they attach on to another spirit. Crazy part is everybody got jujas on. The whole point is to live right and raise them up too. That's where you get your whole I need to smoke from. This is where, if you can't control what you do with your sexual parts, this is where this is coming from. And when you can overcome that, notice it's your mind fighting against you. You having them conversations in your mind, right? Those are low demonic spirits talking to you. Wow. Right? So don't ever tell us that Owaspi is telling us that that we rocking with reincarnation, right? Because you can see right here that whoever these Brotherhood of Light from Texas, right? They ain't rocking with what Owaspi talking about. Why? Because the Texas group has reincarnation as one of its basic tenets. No other faithists do. The reincarnation group still has its home office in Los Angeles, and a telephone call to the archivist left us both amazed. Within months of the Colorado Brotherhood incorporating, the Texas Brotherhood incorporated And within months, the Texas Brotherhood moving to the Los Angeles area, the Texas Brotherhood had moved to Los Angeles area. And after learning of the two groups, it was after learning of the two groups with such a similar history that it seemed appropriate for faithists to call the Colorado group the Faithist Brotherhood of Light, right? Undoubtedly, the confusion brought about because of the two groups having the same name is what caused the Fathists to decide to be known as the Cosmon Home in San Diego County instead of the Brotherhood of Light. There is one thing that has not been mentioned, which in retrospect should be considered by Faithists today. The Carrolls did not move to Arboles because if they had done so, the rules of the community required that Sister Carroll renounce her relationship to her son. Her son refused to renounce his relationship to his mother, and so Brother and Sister Carroll and her son did not move to Arboles. They stayed on the property. That's interesting. And stayed on the property Brother Carroll had given to the Faithist Brotherhood of Light. Another rule of the Brotherhood was that anyone who joined the group must give everything they own to the Brotherhood. This rule changed after the move to Arboles, and several men who had visited the group but only stayed a short time returned as full-time residents after the rule was set aside. Fred Suter, one of the original members of the Faithist Brotherhood, left Arboles after the move had been completed. We are not told where he went, but we found a letter he had written to Cosmon Press in England some years later. His letter tells of his experiences as a worker in the community and later when he went to Los Angeles working in the Cosmon Children's Home. He went back. He was one of the many Faithists who had gathered in the Los Angeles area. Suter's letter discusses communities he had been a member of, comparing rigid rules with a more relaxed environment. Suter's letter follows. Right? This is his letter from 1915. The article on the founding the colony in our last issue had brought us an interesting letter from Brother Fred Suter of Los Angeles, California, USA, from which we give a few extracts. Your article in the Faithist inspires one to give some of my experiences, having been a member of one Cosmon home and of one colony of Faithists. In our colony in Colorado, where we got as many as 15 to 20 adults and children together, we got along very nicely for a while, living very extreme. All foods and clothing which came from animals, even butter and milk, were left out to conform to the highest teachings. Right? We know I'm not about to put my sister in no bear skin. Hey, look, they'll be like, Cosmo, hey, nigga, we ain't putting that on, bro. Where did you get that from? You carved up a goat back and made me a shawl? No, I'm straight, cuz. We gonna go ahead, stick to these Levi's, these Dickies. You dig what I'm talking about? We gonna go ahead and keep rocking what we rocking, bro. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's get back to this. Everyone, now this is first-hand eyewitness testimony from a dude who was there. We just gonna see what he say. I ain't never read this before. Everyone had to take the Holy Covenant to become a member. In fact, we tried to live as near as possible to the covenant of the teachings of the kingdom on earth as depicted in Owaspy. Time went on, but as in all other colonies and homes, trials, sickness, and death of children came to us the same as to other people. To go to extremes means you have to come back to common sense, which this colony experienced. After many changes and trials, they sold out their place and moved with the remnants to South California, there to live a useful, sensible life on a farm like other human beings, and are doing very nicely. All attempts to form a colony or Cosmon home are in the beginning, and we can learn from every attempt a good lesson. The Children's Fraternal Home in Los Angeles, in which I was also an active member for some years, had such poverty and trials to contend with, but being faithful to their duty and trust, they have come into a substantial basis. Look at Jaja. Oh, huh? What do creators say? He say, I am sufficient for all my creation. He said they went through such poverty and many trials, but being faithful to their duty, look, and trust, they have come to a substantial basis and are well provided for and are comfortable with 9 children and 3 adults. Huh? Judge, I take you through the most because he love you the most. He needs you to get that experience now, to be a God now. Huh? Why? Because you're raising up 9 lords. 9 of the Lord gods, 9 of the new gods to come. Huh? Now they well provided for. Listen, faithists. Listen. The Father said, I am sufficient. We're going to lean on them one day. But we ain't got to go through the extremes. Huh? We learn from those before us. This is why we read. Because what? They never went to extremes and used much common sense. Gang, you bring them, we raise them. Huh? Because they was faithful to their duty. What? And they trusted in Jaja. They have come to a substantial basis. Jaja give you more than what you can even believe. Are you willing to do the work? Is you done talking? You do it for them babies. Huh? You do it for the next generation. It's going to work. He says, if you do for them, it's like doing for me. How could you ever fail? Y'all, man, this heavy, man. Hold on. I gotta go roll my little flipper thing real quick. You dig what I'm talking about? We're gonna get right back into this, man. How long I've been rocking? All right. We're gonna get through this and we're gonna close out. Let me play a little music real quick, man. If you getting something out of this, man, hit your boy with a 3 in the chat. That's the magic number. Hit me with a 3 in the chat real quick, man, if you getting a little something up out of this, man. I'll be right back. All right, right back at it. You dig what I'm talking about? But look, man, this is a beautiful thing, man. It's good to know, right? If you do stay faithful, it don't never get created. Don't say that there ain't gonna be no tough times, that there ain't gonna be no ups and no downs. What you end up finding out is that He's taking you through them. It's like the fire, it's like the crucible. He is purifying you with experience and knowledge. It is through objective knowledge that one approaches the Godhead. Not to bow down to it, to step on it, to ascend to it yourself. Not to be bowed down. Not to be bowed down to your father or some other man, a deity sitting in a throne in the sky. No. That's bro. And we don't praise our brothers. We love them. You dig what I'm talking about? If he righteous and doing the right thing, yeah, we rock with you. But nigga, we don't praise you. We praise the nigga who made you. Don't it feel good to know that being one of the faithful, being one of the Israel, being one of the Quim, the Vish, Vedi, the Ho, Tien, the praises of the great spirit, the faithful, the true chosen, because they chose that if you keep rocking, you will have a substantial basis, not only on the earth, but in the spiritual world. Don't it feel good to know? We know what's going on over here. We're not worried about death. We're worried about making this life better. Why? Because the gang ain't going to go through the extremes. Why? Because we use much common sense. In our experiments, we have found that a few people may stay longer together than many. 2 or 3 can work together for any length of time. If more, there will be constant change. We are not all constitutionally grown to bear and forbear and be at peace at all times. It is good to make plans and speak over matters, but at the present time, the best results will come from 2 or 3 who have gathered together in the Creator's name to do His will and be guided by His organized angels, who will cooperate, who will cooperate with such mortals and overrun by all kinds of spirits, good and bad, wise and foolish. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me see this. It is good to make plans and to speak over matters. But at the present time, the best results will come from 2 or 3 who have gathered together in Jehovah's name to do His will and be guided by His organized angels, who will cooperate with such mortals and overrun by all kinds of spirits, good and bad, wise and foolish. Faithists must use good judgment, not philosophize too much, nor think they can do very much and change everything at once, nor go to extremes. They tell you, you gotta be hotter, you gotta be cold, you got to be blacker, you got to be white. But we look in the world objectively and see it's a whole bunch of gray out here. If you standing on a fence, right? Wouldn't it behoove you before you jump down to look on both sides to see which way is the safest to jump? If you got a tiger's cage, a den on the other side of the fence, and you got a place to say exit, you dig what I'm talking about? Safety here. It'd be probably good for you to jump on the safety side before you get all and jump on over there. You dig what I'm talking about? It's good to make sure you know what you're getting into, because you could be jumping into a situation just because you hot and full of zeal, right? And not using your own judgment. Creator says, I made you a perpetual judge. Not only to judge yourself, but all the worlds beside. You dig what I'm talking about? Faithists must use good judgment, not philosophize too much, nor think you can do very much and change everything at once, nor go to extremes, but grow gradually to live wiser and better. And do not forget to ask for guidance of the Father, and light will be given to you in all matters. Is that true, faithists? If that's true, right? If this is true, that you can ask the Father for guidance and light, and you know for a fact, not that you believe, you know that the Father always comes through in every matter, hit me with a vortex in the chat. If you know that that's true, hit me with a vortex in the chat. Huh? Has Jaja ever let you down? Think about it. When you asked for that light, did it come? May not have came exactly when you wanted it to, but did it come? And I bet you it came right on time when you need it. Right? To raise up children, even only one or two, in the Creator's name is better than a community of adults and easier to accomplish. Gang. To use the name of the Creator reverently, it is the password to the highest heavens. Right? This is from Fred Suter, joined the says Faithist Brotherhood of Light in Denver, Colorado in 1901 and left in 1902. From this article, we know that when Fred left his group, he probably joined a group in Denver and then moved to Los Angeles, California area, where he joined the Fraternal Home of Faithists. Interesting. You dig what I'm talking about? That's just a little faithist history right there, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Cosmine, you know, I done wore on your head a little bit. You dig what I'm talking about? Just came in, drop a little light. You know what I mean? If you got something up out of this, man, hit your boy with a foe in the trap. For the 4 tribes, man, for the Guatemala. You dig what I'm talking about? For the land of the 4 tribes, the great Guatemala, huh? What we know is North America, man. If you know the Creator good, you dig what I'm talking about? If you know he good and you know you learn something, hit me with a foe. You dig what I'm talking about? If you ever heard about them babies dying, and now you know. Well, nobody killing no babies. Many of them was so sick they died on the ride coming to be saved. JBN said he had one die in his arms. He was coming to save it. He said it would take them so long through the system to get the babies. By the time they got to him, they were damn near dead. So sick, so malnourished. So when they try to put this stuff on you, you dig what I'm talking about? Oh, you kill kids, and just understand that these are the ignorant ramblings of people who have never actually read the book. They never actually even read it. You dig what I'm talking about? I dropped the link in here, man. I'll kick it for a minute. Anybody want to come through? Kick it with your cousin, yo. Your cousin, yo. You dig what I'm talking about? Anybody want to come through? Kick it with your cousin, yo. Dig what I'm saying? Come on through, man. Chop it up with your boy Cosmonian for a second, man. I'll be here for a hot minute. You know what I mean? Anything y'all want to get into, maybe just throw a little beat, throw something on in the background. You dig what I'm talking about? Something good we can hear real quick. Yeah, man. Y'all come through. Come kick it with your partner, man. You dig what I'm talking about? We can build on the creator. You dig what I'm talking about? I see you, BC. I see you, baby. I know how it be. I know how it be. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out Eric Hamilton. Shout out my Ima. Shout out Just Me. Sister Tabitha. BC in the house. Mahalia in the house. My homeboy Hurricane J up in this thing. What up, though, family? You dig what I'm talking about? Just chopping it heavy. You dig what I'm talking about? Just chopping it heavy. You dig what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. You know what? I've been shout out to my faithist brother Kev, man. He been trying to get me in this. Oh man, I've been so busy, but now I got some free time, man. It's time to go and get back up in there, man. Lace people boots again. You dig what I'm talking about? Lace they boots again. Let me see, as a matter of fact, if there's something different. I got a joint with me and Taz too, but I want to put out kind of want to keep a lot of that stuff so I can put it in my hold on, so I can put it in my on the next CD or whatever. You dig what I'm talking about? Or you know, on the next album, put something in there. You dig what I'm talking about? Got something. I got a bunch of music, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's just hear some faithist style, man. Me and my boy it's my faithist style, man. It's me and my boy Taz, man. Let's get to it real quick. This is called Brotherhood. Just a little something real quick.
I look into the face of my enemy. I see my brother. I see my brother.
Look through the eyes of my enemy, no friend of me. The same one who killed Trayvon Officer friendly, but it ain't friendly. Remember Anunnaki, a fallen one who put the gun to the head of Pimp C. Resurrection in progress, we fake this, call it R.I.P. Now rise and shine, harvest time, government heavenly. Even our white brothers and sisters from the 70s. After the light of damn, we were separate as family, no brotherhood.
I look into the face of my enemy. I see my brother.
Since 6 to Super 7 got me deep in the 8. Every mile running this race is still black is my face. As they peep out they peripherals, appalled by the game. Whenever white rain and thunder put delays in the game. My flow from atmospheria, my shoes they come from Italy. Vortexian heat, I'm transferring this energy. Every word deliberately, cops will kill you literally and label you a terrorist. It's black with your identity, no brotherhood.
I look into the face of my enemy. I see my brother. I see my brother.
Yeah, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Just a little that faithist funk. You dig what I'm talking about? I got a bunch of stuff. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't want to give away too much. Shout out to my boy Taz, man. He came up with the beat. I think I heard a verse too where C-Line got jumped on this thing too. Me, C-Line, it's a version with me, C-Line, Taz on it. You dig what I'm talking about? Hot too. It's kind of hard. Yeah, but that's called brotherhood right there. It say, when I look into the face of my enemy, I see my brother. That shit hard. Taz came up with that. That was hard, man. Did I drop the link in the chat? Did I drop the link in the chat? If anybody wanted to come through, man, I'd be on here for a couple more minutes, man. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? I said, hey, they wasn't listening. I said, since 6, the Super 7 had me deep in the 8th. Every mile running this race is still black as my face. I say, as I people my peripherals appalled by the game. When they appalled by the game, whenever white rain and thunder put delays in the game. My shoes, they come from, I say, my flow from atmospheria. My shoes, they come from Italy. Vortexian heat, I'm transferring this energy. Yeah. Cosmo, I be coming with it. Hey, look, hey, selector, rewind.
When I look into the face of my enemy, I see my brother. I see my brother.
Look through the eyes of my enemy, no friend of me. The same one who killed Trayvon Officer friendly, but it ain't friendly. Remember Anunnaki, a fallen one who put the gun to the head of Pimp C. Resurrection in progress, we fake this, call it R.I.P. Now rise and shine, harvest time, government heavily. Even our white brothers and sisters from the 70s. After the light of day, we were separate as family, no brotherhood.
I look into the face of my enemy, I see my brother. I see my
Come on, Cosmo.
brother.
Since 6 to Super 7 got me deep in the 8. Every mile running this race is still black is my face. As they peep out they peripherals, appalled by the game. Whenever white rain and thunder put delays in the game. My flow from atmospheria, my shoes they come from Italy. Vortexian heat, I'm transferring this energy. Every word deliberately, cops will kill you literally and label you a terrorist. It's black with your identity, no brotherhood.
I look into the face of my enemy, I see my brother. I see my brother.
You know, I got some more drums,
When
man.
I look into the face,
We ain't gonna overdo it. We killing them, Cosmo. You killing them. You dig what I'm talking about? Let me see if I can see if something else up in here. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's see if I can snap something else. I don't think I have too much of this. I mean, on this day. Yeah. I must not have a bunch of. I ain't got nothing on this one. I ain't got a bunch of stuff on this one. What is this? I don't know, man. Let me see. Let me give y'all something else, man. Type photo, images, audio. Y'all want to hear Cosmo on some laid back Cosmonian on my thug thizzle? Hold on. Let me see if Cosmo can get on this thug thizzle for a minute. Yeah. Can Cosmo get on this grown and sexy real quick? If y'all don't mind Cosmo getting on yeah. I can't throw it back in the kitchen on that thing. But I got some grown and sexy for them, Bronze. You dig what I'm talking about? They gotta let me grow up sometime, right? They gotta let me grow up. Come on, Cosmo. Shout out. Hey, this is me and my cousin, Dap the Dabber. You dig what I'm talking about? And Cosmo and Cal, man. I come on here a second. He go first. It is what it is. But I like my music hard too, but on the grown and sexy tip. You dig what I'm saying? Check it out.
Money on the flow, and I gotta see what they talk about, Don't talk about what you don't know with nobody in our business keeps us in business. Keep haters on the show, closest friends could be your enemies. Ain't trying to show your mama, paranoia even gets to me, especially when you blow this loud great tree. People's listening, B plus the block raised me. I'm a gangster and a gentleman, but not too damn sensitive. No sexual shit, straight from the street, bitch. Stay on some shit, posted with the heaters. 40 cal, leather guns, and the millimeters. Cold-hearted when you deal with cats that's retarded. And I brought it to the house, so baby, I'm begging your pardon. The tears from your eyes, tomorrow the day we started. We gon' wine and dine, then I leave you till it's throbbing.
This is all my fault, I know. Please, girl, don't cry. I didn't mean to be so cold, but I got caught up. I'ma try to see you later, or make it up another night. Maybe make a wine inside.
We supposed to be intimate, but I ain't even into it. Now shorty getting sensitive, she know my time is tentative. Now every day we into it, because I'm always into it. Daddy go deliver it to get us out this tenement. Rap life is hectic, a hard occupation when it's money on the floor, and you gotta go and chase it. But your cutty feeling cabin fever, feeling isolated, when she used to getting straight back shots, inoculations. But he carried on through complications, carefully contemplating, cush up in our conversations, keeping the time pacing. Sorry to keep you waiting, but this paper paper won't. And these haters will leave you faded if you let them. Since Major got the magic and Chucky chasing cheddar, Calvin P.A.B. flipping D, Jimboree. Sorry about the times I left you faded. I'll make it up another time, cause the grind's still waiting.
Kiss, girl, you know you're my missus. This is all my fault, I know. But please, girl, don't cry. I didn't mean to be so cold, but I got caught up. I'ma try to see you. Or make it up another night. Maybe we can run in time.
Oh, damn, fucking it up.
This is all my fault, I know. But please, girl, don't cry. I didn't mean to be so cold, but I got caught up. I'ma try to see you later, or make it up another night. Maybe we can run in time.
Yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? If you with them fire emojis in the chat, y'all was rocking with that Cosmonian. Huh? I'm telling you, I was never faking. I was gangster. I was more gangster than the gangsters. I was smoother than the smoothest. You dig what I'm talking about? I sing a lullaby to a can of oil. a GMO, oui. Ah, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, listen. You dig what I'm saying? I'm telling you. I got spitums. Ben had all gas, no brake. Gas, brake, yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? For real. I've been had spitums. You dig what I'm saying? So really, though, it's time to just do something different. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's just do something different. If you dope, right? See, this the thing. If you dope, you can be dope doing whatever it is you're doing. Create something new. That's why I got a waspy flow. I got the flow. You dig what I'm talking about? Freedom, liberty, organization, and emancipation. You dig what I'm talking about? Wait till you hear these next songs, bro. Wait till you hear this stuff. Shout out to my boy Kev, man. I got some songs in the cut. You dig what I'm talking about? Oh man, wait till y'all wait. Hey, listen, I don't even want to let the cat out the bag. You dig what I'm talking about? But yeah, go hard music too. Not soft, but you might have to grind it back 2 times. But the music is jamming. So you don't remind what he say? Did this nigga say he married Jehovah? What did he say? You dig what I'm talking about? He said, did he say this is Japheth, Chow Mein? You did. See, they'll catch on. They'll catch on in 5 to 10 years. By then, I'm gonna be hot. You dig what I'm talking about? They'll catch on then. I'm gonna rap forever. You dig what I'm talking about? That's what's good about the internet. You dig what I'm saying? Man, listen, if I would have got in then, I'd have blew up. But boy, I was stupid. I didn't know nothing. I ain't know nothing. And now, see, if you dope, you can get a message without being preachy. I can be hard and still get the message across. Music sounds like I'm gonna kill somebody, but I'm talking about some Jaja. Yeah, it's the vibe. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm not gonna act like this dark ain't necessary. I like gangster rap. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm a real stomp down faithist, but I like what I like. It is what it is. You dig what I'm talking about? And you're right. You're right. You dig what I'm talking about? It do got that two-step, ballroom. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm talking about? But that's when you on your grown and sexy. You dig what I'm saying? When you're on your grown and sexy, you ain't got no problem, putting that smell, putting it on. You dig what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna never have no problem putting it on. Now look, I'm gonna play one more, right? Let me download this. I'm gonna play one more. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that, right? But y'all tell me this. Hold on. This is different. You dig what I'm talking about? Now, what I'm gonna do is play this song called "I'm Fresh," right? Hold on. And what I'm the whole theme of the song, right? Damn, it didn't. And then download. Hold on. Hold on, didn't download for some reason. Let me go back in here. All right. Okay. There it go. All right. Let me go back up in here. Add music. Where is it? I know I just synced it download. And then this is called wow, man. And look, I'm looking at it. It downloaded. Huh. Weird. Okay. Scan for viruses. Download. Okay. 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 Now it should be in there. All right. This is crazy. Okay, because I'm looking at the dang on song.
See my mama burning smoke.
All right. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Did it? Because I want to play it on through the thing. Let me see if it'll do it now. Should be in there. Have music. Key, man. No. Man. It's not. I think the song hot too. That's the crazy part. You dig what I'm talking about? It's different. It's real different. Let me see if I can share it. Okay. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay. Now, let me do this. Boom. Oh, okay. All right. I see what it is. I gotta change it to a M4. All right. A M4 for Google. But let me see if I can just play it if y'all can hear. I know it ain't gonna sound right, it ain't gonna do it no justice. And it's whapping. Like the bass so crazy on it. You dig what I'm talking about? Like it's boom, boom, boom. You dig what I'm saying? It don't do it really no justice if you don't really hear it. But let's see if y'all can hear a little something on it. You dig what I'm talking about? If we can play it through the. Let me just see. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? I can't hear it. They call me Cosmon Cat or maybe CP3 up. I feel so fresh. Your Frito got me floating like an ego in my fire ship with a fire chick watching Fire Stick. Even Oren Open had to tell me he admired it. Hey, hey, man. This thing go hard, man. I want to play it, man. But I had to do too much right now, and I don't feel like doing it. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, yeah. Me and definitely the fam been behind the scenes, about to put it together. We gonna have a whole faithist little thing coming out, man. We got a bunch of really musically gifted dudes in the group. You dig what I'm talking about? Dudes that been actually rapping and doing this stuff for years. You know what I mean? So it's cool that you know we bumping into all this, you know, this talent. You know what I mean? Let me see. Wait. There's no way I can do this. There's got to be a way I can do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Watch this. Let me see if I can work something. Let me work it. Let me see if I can work it now. Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on, Cosmonian. You might. Wait a minute. I might. Let me see what I could. Hold on. Let me work it. Let me see if it works.
See my mama bourbon smoke. The streets made me mean. The game made me dirty, but Jehovah made me clean. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Okay, I'm fresh. On the inside and out, I'm feeling last up a clean and a fresh parodies that you ain't ever seen. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh.
Okay. All right. You can hear that, right? Everybody can hear that? Right? Just hit me with a fire emoji or something in the chat. Let me know that you could hear it. All right. Now, okay. This is the song called I'm Fresh. Basically, what I'm doing is comparing being physically fresh to being spiritually fresh. You dig what I'm talking about? Check it out. Let me see. Let me go back to this real quick.
My mama bourbon smoke. The streets made me mean. The game made me dirty, but Jehovah made me clean. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Okay, I'm fresh. On the inside and out, I'm feeling last up a clean and a fresh parodies that you ain't ever seen. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. I step into the faithist lodge, I'm feeling muy frio. You boys might be clean, but they're not clean as me. Don't call me Cosmon K, or call me Simpito. I feel so fresh, so Frito, got me floating like an eagle in my fire ship. With a fire chick, watching fire stick. Even Norin Oaken had to tell me he admired it. Delivery is history, oh I see in rhyme. But I'm sugar sharp as Cephas, that's a sign of the time. CEO gave me verbal talent, look how I do you. Cause I'm fresh, and these new pair of Air Zarathustra. So you stranded on your path, I send the aces to school. And yes, I'm still a faithist, but the homie a shooter. Used to rap chalupa on the go for the guru. Superstar, I'm an S&R, making my music. Not to step on any toes and get the water all muddy, but how you fresh on the outside, the inside's dirty. Hey. My mama bourbon smoke, the streets made me mean. The game made me dirty, but Jehovah made me clean. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Okay, I'm fresh. On the inside and out, I'm feeling last up a clean and a fresh parodies that you ain't ever seen. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Cosmon, you think you fresh as me? You're gonna need more class. Don't make me have to go for God, but key up on your whole ass. This is God music. Watch the black God do his when it's time to do a good work. I just get to it. Just that inner sight that you is worth it. Supplement the fluid. Every rhyme I write, a line I light. I'm like a Lewis. That'll watch me flow is foolish. I'm REM, I'm lucid. Every night I work my inner like my Mercury Bobby moving. Super 7, no regular, etheric, etc. Screaming star child as I smash through the nebula. Superstar, yeah, I'm stellar, bruh. Elf wave like I'm cellular. And I'm vegetarian. I'm just trying to get my lettuce up. Way up. Think mirror, not leer. You gotta raise your spirit rate. You're trying to get here. And oy vey, how they denigrate the goye with usury for more pay. So listen when the song say, my mama bourbon smoke. The streets made me mean. The game made me dirty, but Jehovah made me clean. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Okay, I'm fresh. On the inside and out, I'm feeling last up a clean and a fresh parodies that you ain't ever seen. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. See my mama bourbon smoke. The streets made me mean. The game made me dirty, but Jehovah made me clean. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Okay, I'm fresh. On the inside and out, I'm feeling last up a clean and a fresh parodies that you ain't ever seen. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh. Hey. Okay, I'm fresh.
All right, you know what I mean? That's just That's just a little, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You dig what I'm talking about? I'm gonna put it out, man. I'm gonna put it out. I got heat. I got heat. I got more of that gangster though. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all want to hear some Cosmo gangster? Is it too much on the Waspy show? Is it too much? Am I being too real? Huh? Am I being too real if I show him the work? Right? I got work. Y'all want to hear some Cosmo? Some old school Cosmo? What y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear the I got 2 singles. Y'all want to hear the singles? And then we're gonna get up out of here. Man, if y'all want to hear something, man, put the fire emojis in the chat. I mean, you dig what I'm talking about? If you want to hear something, put some fire emojis in the chat. If not, I'll shut it down. I got them in the vault. I got them in the vault. You dig what I'm talking about? I got them in the vault. If y'all want y'all want to hear some music, man? You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all want to hear that old school Cosmonian? Y'all want to hear me? Y'all want to hear back when I was Cal P? Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, my girl, my wifey don't even like him. Y'all want to hear some old school Cal P? Man, this is crazy. Y'all want to take y'all, man? I don't know, man. They don't want to do it. 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 Yeah. Yeah, it might be too much, man. I'm just stick with the old Waspy tonight. I ain't gonna show you that I do it better than the gangsters do it. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm better than them. You know, at least that's how I'm supposed to feel, correct? Yeah. Should I give him though? Should I give him one more? But hey, listen, if y'all want to hear some of that old school Cosmonian, I got a heat rock. Man, it's a heat rock. And nobody ever heard it. So when y'all hear it, it's new to y'all. I got a heat rock. I got bunches of them. You know what I mean? The Brian said play that back in the kitchen. I don't know. Should I play that back in the kitchen? Dig what I'm talking about? I got a heat rock for. I can get it cracking right now. Watch this. Hold on. They don't believe Cosmo the truth. They don't believe Cosmo the truth. All right. See if y'all can hear that. Brown said it's Brown's fault. I get it cracking right now.
My only aim is to be true to the game. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm standing over this stove and the water whipping. I asked the baking soda, hey baking soda, did you miss me? Cause I'm back up in the kitchen. That's right, I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm standing over this stove and the water whipping. I asked the baking soda, hey baking soda, did you miss me? Cause I'm back up in the kitchen. That's right, I'm back up in the kitchen. I chef it, I shift it. Back up on a mission, they should call me Birdlander by the way that I pitch it. Hard white straight drop, keep me jumping out of drops. I can tell you what time it is cause I can whip a watch. Before I go back, bitch, I shoot a cop. And before I see a fly, I'll water whip a wop. All I need is measuring spoons and 2 pots, and I'ma ride, like my name Tupac. Blue armor hammer with my arm on a hammer. And that's a tall balls, make the color like bananas. True to the game, and the boys is bananas. Put that work on the block and the boys go bananas. Crip blue 7 tray, set it on containers. Blue still blaming if the boys won't enter. Never said can't cause I don't know why can't I. Just stepped up in the kitchen, nigga, and I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm standing over this stove and the water dripping. I asked the baking soda, hey baking soda, did you miss me? Cause I'm back up in the kitchen. That's right, I'm back up in the kitchen. I gotta get it up if I'm trying to get it is off. $200 for the ball if it sizz off. Big boy drop, yeah, I took the top is off. Holla baby, if your man need a job, I'm a biz off. Yeah, I cut my teeth, I ain't talking about flizz off. Stand the camera 4-5 for the double criz off. Money house big, shit'll get your liz off. White ball long range, I ain't talking about giz off. Told my baby 9 for the 9, no stretch work. And I bet it all bounce back, no bet work. Had to get up off of my ass, you know network. Drop your dog a couple of them bones, I'll fetch work. Do that ass bad if you talking about Disney. 454, keep the Chevy on skis. Now my guns D-die, and I damn near went business. True to the game, all we know is hard whiz now. Step up in my kitchen, I'll put them in your shiz nerves. Niggas talk shit, so I'm staying on the list nerve. Cow like a trap house, boy, I got wizard. Give a nigga whole crew, that's just for Disney. Imagine with the Washingtons, but I ain't a wizard. All type of furs on snakes and lizards. I ain't taking shit, and that's what I gotta give them. If motherfuckers sick, then I'ma spit a hospital. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm standing over this stove and the water whipping. I asked the baking soda, hey baking soda, did you miss me? Cause I'm back up in the kitchen. That's right, I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm back up in the kitchen. I'm standing over this stove and the water whipping. I asked the baking soda, hey baking soda, did you miss me? Cause I'm back up in the kitchen. That's right, I'm back up in the kitchen.
They're gonna talk about I got him. I really do got him.
I'ma push till the scale can't manage. I'ma work till my hands get balanced. Some niggas claim red, some niggas claim blue. But if you bought green, then do what you do. I'm on that ganja all day, standing out by Broadway, pushing by the Potter stove, Potter packs and hard, yeah. I see the sheriff out there on the fuck with my people. He gon' meet this parabellum or the tip of this eagle. Off of Mulligan and Marlboro, I figured I should start with the place where all the game came from, hustlers and customers. The weight is up, my weight is up. War is on, my hate is up. Bring the chop, I cake it up. Bring a brick, I break it up. I shoot till that K get empty. 150 in that drum, homeboy, I got plenty. I'm the Clem Towns cracking this, money, murder, macking this. Nigga get the best of me, boy, that shit is blasphemous. You blasting this, I'm blasting hit. Take your flow back to the stove and ask the bitch to fix your shit. I'm working hard and about to blow. I push till I'm fish scale handling, and I work till I'm sitting at the Grammys. I'ma push till the scale can't manage. I'ma work till my hands get balanced. Some niggas claim red, some niggas claim blue. But if you bought green, then do what you do. I'ma push till the scale can't manage. I'ma work till my hands get balanced. Some niggas claim red, some niggas claim blue. But if you bought green, then do what you do. Hey, Great Lakes flow great, can't wait. 20 birds on consignment, my niggas, I call it can't wait. I say how much up front, he say sit up. I say
well, what's the cut? He said, put up 11 for the cakes, I owe him 22. I make my 22, sell them for the 22. Call me Ricky Ross, I'm on the freeway. And the birds is flying out back up the D-way. The last kings of Detroit, them boys was greedy. But see the streets, they gotta eat, that's how a G's play. I got some granddaddy and some white weather. And I'll break it all down, roll it in a swisher. And I puff, yeah, I get sweater. Then I hit her from the back, yeah, long dicker. I break bread with them, so the streets love me. I can write your raps, get your beats from it. This the grind entertainment, that's my nigga Tommy. I'm from the D, but I put the G off in ugly. And this is rolling 30, cause ain't nothing better than a grip. But I order sport yellow, cause I keep banana clips. And I'ma push till the scale can't manage. I'ma work till my hands get callous. Some niggas claim red, some niggas claim blue. But if you bought green, then do what you do. I'ma push till the scale can't manage. I'ma work till my hands get callous. Some niggas claim red, some niggas claim blue. But if you bought green, then do what you do.
Telling you, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Your boy Cosmon got him. You dig what I'm saying? But when you dope, right? When you dope and you grown, right? And you got kids, nigga, and you can't be on the block selling no dope, pimping no hoes no more, right? When you would advance to the next level, right? And before you have to have that conversation like, Pop, is grandma one of your hoes? I think you ought to switch it up. Right? And that's where I came from, right? But breathe in, let that light in. Let me show you how far I've come. Let's go.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, just that job theft, that chow mein, that palpable, that towel main, since sunset in the arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Zane, so ass above, it's so below, that up and that down thing, this flow is atmospherian, I call that a ground game, see water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning, so how your God make a sun without vortexian current, see the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people, oh watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether, and when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sealer. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door stop. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now a ennui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you making salat. Well, I'm a Israelite, I'ma make thee met the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faithist. Oh yeah, put that super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there.